Well, good evening, everyone. It's Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this June the 27th, 2026. I'm hoping everybody had a great Saturday out there so far. But it's a great Saturday evening. Hope everybody can stay safe and well, and also enjoy the weather. Cut the only weather you got. Okay, in tonight's video, we can be taking a look at the tropics and also the lower 48 with storm systems moving across the country. Your local forecast for your Sunday and Monday. Current watch and warning advisory map, the Storm Prediction Center outlook for day number 2 and 3, which is Sunday and Monday, and also take a look at the National Hurricane Center. We got a little system maybe off the southeast coast that could affect the southeast U.S., so we'll continue to monitor that as well. But if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Also like these videos, share these videos, and let's continue to get the show on the road there, folks. Alright, you can see we got a lot of activity in the northern tropical Atlantic, but nothing to write home about, any tropical development at this time. Also got some scattered activity over South America, also moving into the Leeward and Windward Islands. Got some more activity over here in the Eastern Pacific. Any of these storms can become something tropical in the coming days ahead. More activity across the Yucatan Peninsula, into Mexico, into Texas. And then got more activity over here in the western U.S. from Washington, Oregon State, Idaho, Montana, through Wyoming. You can see a little spin there. And then we got an area of low pressure and a cold front kind of sagging to the south. We're here from Illinois to Indiana to the Carolinas, all the way into the northern tropical Atlantic. A little bit of activity across southeastern Canada, and more activity across South Georgia down into Florida. Okay, let's move on into your local forecast now. I should roll out something like this here across the board. And here we go. Alright, got some heavy rain, flash flooding over here in Port Eastern North Carolina. Got some critical fire weather in Colorado, New Mexico, Utah, and Arizona. We got mixed precipitation in Montana, Idaho, Oregon, portion of northeast California, also into areas of Nevada, Utah, Wyoming. Severe weather across the Dakotas and Minnesota. Shower activity in Washington, Oregon State, the coastal waters. Then we got thunderstorms and showers for eastern Idaho and down into eastern Oregon. Eastern Washington, Oregon. Then in Idaho, Montana, through Wyoming, through the Dakotas, right on the Canadian-U.S. border, through Nebraska, through Wisconsin, Michigan, Lake Superior, down in Illinois, Indiana, to the Carolinas, Florida Keys, across Louisiana, Texas, into Oklahoma, southern Kansas, and then again across North Carolina to Maine, with some shower and thunderstorm activity there as well for your Sunday. Otherwise, big dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Sunday. Alright, let's roll on into your Monday forecast now. It should roll out something like this here across the board. And as you can see, we got the low pressure system, high pressure system, cold fronts, and warm fronts located across your local forecast areas as well. Alright, shower activity in Washington, Oregon State, mixed precipitation in Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, portion of Utah, and Colorado. Thunderstorms and showers over here in Washington, Idaho, right on the Canadian-U.S. border, through Montana, through the Dakotas, Nebraska, down into Texas. Severe weather through eastern South Dakota, eastern North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, then portion of Iowa, Minnesota, to northern Michigan and Wisconsin. Severe thunderstorms expected there. More thunderstorms and shower. Can't get it out, but anyway, for Iowa to Wisconsin to Lake Huron, Lake Superior, Michigan, over toward western New York State. Then again from D.C. to the Carolina, Florida Keys, over toward Alabama, Mississippi. Shower activity up here around Connecticut, eastern Pennsylvania, also New Jersey, also toward Rhode Island as well. Otherwise, expect your high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Monday. Alright, let's continue to roll forward to the current watch and warning advisory map, your location across the nation currently at this time. And as you can see, we got some severe thunderstorm watches and warning along the outer banks of North Carolina, special marine warnings at the coast. Severe thunderstorm watches in effect for central North Carolina, special weather statements in northeast South Carolina, North Carolina, and also Virginia. Flood watches up here around the D.C., Maryland area. Then again, more flood watches over here in portions of West Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee. Got a lot of flood warnings in effect there as well, across portions of Kentucky, Tennessee, and also down into areas of Tennessee. Then we get, I think I already said Tennessee, but anyway, here we go. We got excessive heat watches in effect, Minnesota to Wisconsin to areas of Iowa, also in Illinois, also more over here in Mississippi, Kentucky, also portions of Tennessee as well, and also southern Indiana. In the orange, we have heat advisory from Minnesota to Iowa to South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas to Oklahoma, over here to Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas, western portions of Tennessee, also into portions of Kentucky and Illinois regions as well. Tornado watches up here in portion of Washington and portions of Dakotas, down in the areas of Nebraska. Severe thunderstorm watches there as well. Yellow severe thunderstorm warnings in the yellow color there as well. Orange yellow color. Severe thunderstorm warnings and watches in effect for Montana and also Wyoming. We got a lot of red flag warnings in portion of Wyoming, Colorado, down to areas of New Mexico, Arizona, also Utah, Nevada, and California. Wind advisories there as well. Frost advisories are in the blue. Wind advisories in the brown across Nevada, California. And then we have a couple counties there with flood watches in effect for Idaho, winter storm warnings and winter weather advisories for Montana, Idaho, and hydro issues to the north in Montana. Alrighty, we got smoke crack advisories up here along the Outer Banks of North Carolina. Then I get from Southern California, Washington State, Central and Southern Hawaii and Chain Islands, special weather statements to the south, and then to the northwest and southern areas of Alaska. Small craft advisories are in effect along coastal regions of Alaska. Alright, Storm Prediction Center outlook should roll out something like it here across the board. We have a marginal risk from up here around Richmond, Virginia to Columbia, South Carolina, Charleston, Wilmington, and Charlotte. Then I get around Lubbock, Texas, up into east of Amarillo, and then again over here from Marquette, Michigan to Duluth, Minneapolis to Minot to Rapid City. Then we have a slight risk around Bismarck, Pierre, Grand Forks, Fargo, and Aberdeen. Elsewhere, just general thunderstorms in the other green areas. Alright, and the lighter green areas, that is. Tornado probability, less than 2% all areas. Damaging winds, 5 to 15% in those areas I called out earlier. And large hail looks to be across portions of the Dakotas and in the Minnesota region as well for day 2, which is Sunday. Alright, let's roll on into your day number 3, which is Monday. We have a slight risk up here around Grand Fort, Fargo, down to Sioux Falls, Duluth, Minneapolis, marginal risk from Minot, Bismarck, Pierre to Gallatin, over toward Marquette, and then general thunderstorm elsewhere across the southeast, Texas, Oklahoma, over toward Montana through portion of Idaho and Washington State. Probability rolls out like this, 5 and 15% respectively. Alright, here's a look at the tropics. Here's that little tropical system off the southeast coast. And as you can see, here it is right here off the southeast coast. A little tropical system expected to form. A broad area of low pressure is expected to form offshore of the southeastern coast of the United States along the western end of a frontal system early next week. Gradual development of the system will be possible thereafter while it moves slowly westward. Formation chance through 48 hours is low, near 0%. Formation chance through the next 7 days is low, 20% at this time, but it could increase, and this could be our next tropical system, Bertha, something we will keep an eye on and see where it goes. But if the ridge catches over here, what we talking about, the heat dome, that will pull it down to Florida, down into the Gulf, and it could pull it into the central U.S. Later on down the road, and maybe ride that ridge if something develops like that, and if things happen in that orderly fashion. So, alright, well, I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe if you have not. Like the video, share the video. We'll catch you back in the next one. Have a wonderful Saturday evening, folks. Take care and also enjoy the weather, because the only weather you got.